Like a busy intersection, there is a moment for action and a moment for non action in life. Sometimes not doing anything is the best thing you can do in a situation. Taking any action, especially out of impulse, can cause more harm than help. I'm naturally someone who's very action oriented, and I tend to do things and execute things very quickly. This is very helpful when it comes to my work and my creative projects, and just being more adventurous in general in life. But it has also definitely caused a lot of errors and harms in other situations. In conflict, the worst thing you can do is to perpetrate more violent actions or words. Instead, you can simply just take a pause. Remember that you're allowed to pause and just stop in the middle of a conflict. We tend to think that if a conflict has already started, then there's already damage done and there's no point in stopping. But actually, there is definitely a point. We can always prevent more harm and more damage if we can just stop our violent actions or words. It's never too late to stop. Especially in a heated conflict, we help more by not doing anything. When you're riding an emotional roller coaster and you're feeling that heat of irritation and anger, you're feeling the lowest of fears and anxieties, remember in that moment to just delay any response or action. Don't be in a hurry to decide or reply to someone. Remember that a moment of silence or non action is not awkward, it's not bad. You're not causing any harm. And it doesn't mean that you're weak or cowardly or you don't have an opinion. On the contrary, it can mean that you're in control, you're reflecting, you're being smart. You're making a conscious choice to not do or say something. And that actually takes a lot of courage, it takes confidence and self control. That's why in a heated conversation, the person who speaks the least but thinks the most more often holds more power. Especially if what they said is very thoughtful, then they definitely appear more authoritative and they'll have the power to direct the conversation. This is also why a lot of introverts can appear very attractive because they're not acting out or showing all of their thoughts. They just appear more in control and more calm and more mysterious. Before doing anything or speaking or even forming an opinion, make sure you take the time to fully observe and understand the situation. I like to tell myself, don't be in a hurry. I can always judge or even criticize things later on. I don't have to show off my thoughts in this moment. Look at things deeply in order to understand the true nature of things. Listen deeply to others and let their words soak in. See clearly what other people are feeling. Maybe are they also in fear or in pain? I think to do this, it takes a lot of time and practice. It takes a clear head. And so, yeah, you need to definitely give yourself that time. Again, this is not showing that you're slow or weak. It actually takes a lot of foresight and management of your own emotions and skill above all. And it also takes a lot of compassion for other people. But if you really want to avoid misunderstandings, misperceptions, or even regret, then this is a super important skill you need to adopt. A lot of times, acting out of impulse or overreacting can become a sort of habit to a person. But this can be a little dangerous. So what we need to do is to catch ourselves in the middle of this habitual action. We need to slow things down and just become more aware of what we're doing. It can be as simple as talking to yourself and just saying things like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit anxious. I feel very uncomfortable. Having awareness means to know what's going on at the root of it, and to gain some clarity on the situation. You can continue by saying, I'm feeling a bit anxious, I'm feeling very uncomfortable. Actually, maybe it's because I'm feeling strange because of the person I'm talking to. I'm sitting before a plate of French fries, but I'm not really feeling hungry or thirsty. I'm just feeling uncomfortable. So then why am I reaching out for another French fry? See how this allows you to dig deeper into your actions and thoughts? You can find out what's actually going on inside you. It can also allow you to find out what the real problem is. Some of us really struggle with just sitting there not doing anything and finding calm because we're so used to this state of agitation. We're forced by our lives to be in constant motion and chase. We have to do this and that. We have to be efficient. We don't have time. But we forget that we don't actually need to do most things. And so we end up having difficulties finding calm. But finding calm is a skill that you can practice. And the more you practice, the better you can get at it, to the point where that becomes your habitual action and your first resort whenever you feel any strong emotions. You can start by practicing with a short period of time, maybe just a minute or two. Stop doing whatever you're doing. Maybe close your eyes or look down. Relax your entire body and relax all your muscles. Put your focus and mind onto your physical sensations and your breathing, and just defocus your thoughts. It doesn't have to be a full-on meditation. It can just be a moment of calm, and you can do this anywhere. Taking a break at work or walking or while you're doing chores. And then if you find that you really have too many intrusive thoughts, then you can take out a sheet of paper and just list out all of the things you are thinking or your to-dos. I think we all have the ability to find calm. And we all used to do it when we were younger, when we are with people that we really trust or we really feel comfortable with, like a really close friend or family. We feel like we can relax completely and we don't have to do or say anything. In this age of constant hustling, being comfortable with non-action is something that many of us have lost the ability to do. But it's a skill that you can relearn, and it will help you to relax and soothe your anxieties. It will even help you to increase your focus and feel more happiness and calm. Sometimes chaos is unavoidable, but it might not be your responsibility to stop it. So I hope you enjoyed that discussion. Thank you so much for watching today. And as usual, I wish you a peaceful rest of the day. Bye.